So just a couple closing remarks about sensors in general. I know you guys have learned a lot about the functionality and a lot of the horsepower that some of these sensors have and all the different features that you can use with them. One of them is time delay. I've spoken to a couple of you guys about this already. Sensors have the ability to, in some cases, delay the output either on or off based on whatever condition the machine may be working in that you'd want to delay. The biggest thing that I have to say about that is typically we do not want to build those things into the sensor. And we don't want to take advantage of those sensor features on and off delay typically because they're buried in the sensor. If that sensor goes bad, then we have to replace that sensor. Then we have no idea what the condition of that sensor was. We have no idea what settings were in there when we took it off because, well, it's dead. You can't tell. At best, maybe you might have a really good machine integrator that'll say on his electrical prints when you look for that switch in the electrical diagram, he may say light operate, dark operate. He may say, on delay, 3 seconds, implying that it's in the sensor. But honestly, from a machine controls perspective, it's better to have that adjustability outside of the sensor and on the logic in the PLC. You want to be able to go in HMI and say, hey, I want that to be 3 seconds. That way the sensor is as dumb as possible so that when it breaks, we can replace it with another dummy, if you will. And then all the settings that were key to the function of the machine as a whole are built into the machine logic as opposed to the sensor that may be hidden. Okay, so keep that stuff in mind. Even though a lot of these features are there, we don't necessarily want to use them because that can actually compound what's happening at the PLC. The PLC may be doing that stuff and you don't know it, but then you add time delay on a sensor and now things aren't working out quite right, or the timing's wrong with a lane being refilled or something like that because you're adding additional time on top of what the PLC already has built into it. So keep that in mind. All these sensor functionalities are great, and the sensor companies love to advertise that stuff, that they all do this and they all do that. When it comes down to it, we need them to be, honestly, as dumb as possible so that when we go to swap them out, they work just the same as they were before. Okay? As always, you guys got any questions? Man, I don't know everything, and I hope you learned a heck of a lot more in class than I've learned in my career so far. So hopefully you guys are becoming the experts. But yeah, if you got any questions about what's going on, any applications, yeah, just give me a holler. Let's have a conversation, and we'll all learn together. So I hope you enjoyed this virtual tour. I hope you enjoyed this sensor module, and more good stuff to come. Thanks.